In this lesson, I want to tell you the difference between asserting something with C and asserting data, because assertSee may be dangerous and incorrect. And let me show you why. For example, if you seed some product like product 1 or something and search for the name of that product, like for example, if we do assertSee and then product 1, right? So we see that the page contains product 1. But what if that text product 1 is present somewhere else on the page, not exactly in the table of products, like for example in the title, or for example in the text that is very similar. For example, if your product name contains something really generic word or something, like some really generic name, like your product is water, and then the word water is somewhere else on the page in the title, for example. So what happens in that case? Let's simulate that situation. So in the products index blade, we make some mistake in the table. So we don't show the name for whatever reason, let's just delete it, but put the product name somewhere here in the title. For example, you have H2, you will see product 1 and other great products, something like that. And the table looks like this. You will see product 1, there's some title, but the product name isn't present. Although in the test we are testing that homepage contains non-empty table. We are searching for product 1, and let's take a look if the test is successful. In the terminal we launch PHP Artisan test and 3 tests passed, which means that you have no errors and your code is great, although actually you're testing the wrong thing. You're testing the text of product 1, although it is not in the table of products. So what is the solution? A better way is to test for the data. In some cases, you can still use assertSee and don't see if you're absolutely sure that the text is only there in one place that you're testing, but in general, a better way is to have response assert view has. At least that's what I've been doing in my project. So we assert that the key passed to the view, in our case, is products, and we assert that there is a value passed of that variable. So in the index blade, we are asserting this products variable. In the controller, in the index method, this variable is what interests us. So we're asserting that this value contains product 1. And if there's just a value of string, you can just put the value here, but in our case, it's more complicated. So we need to have a callback function instead. So function collection in our case, and then we return that, return true or false, collection contains these values. So this test will even be better. We're testing not just for product 1, but we will test for these exact values. To test that, we need to have the variable, the eloquent object of product returned, and then we test for that product to be contained in this collection. So contains product or not, and of course we need to pass that variable here, so not products, product, like this. And now we would test that the view contains correct values. So let's do the undo in the view file in the blade to return that product name here, and let's relaunch our test, PHP Artisan test again, and it should be green, and it is. And now we're testing for both things, that the text is seen on the page and that the data is passed correctly.